Two babies born in the 80s, East Coast, yeah. One fire, one air, so you know the vibes is there. Met in 7th grade, computer class. Since then, we continue to laugh. Crazy stories from teens till now. Some include caramel sundae and cacao. Sit back, relax, we will speak our truth. Just remember, it all started in our youth. She be the ram and I be the twins. Don't ever think we can't compete to win. Cause she a natural born leader and I be two-sided. So you know we gonna hop on this podcast and ride it. Come on.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Ram.
And I'm Twin. And this is the Fire and Air podcast, where we reminisce on some of the wildest times from our 28-year friendship. We are back with another letter from our teenage years, and this letter is from me to Jamie.
Can't wait to hear this one.
Right. Twin to Jamie. What's up? I'm just chilling. Are you coming to the dance? Are you going to the dance this time? This might be sloppy because I'm on the bus. Who's taking us to see Sunset Park? We had fun yesterday. Me and Ram thought you weren't coming after school. What do you think you got on your report card? My lowest grade is a D. Anyways, peace out, Twin, aka Mercury. Okay, so that letter was from me to Jamie, and okay, it's a few things I gotta say about this letter, but let's just start with this one first. Okay, so just one thing about a Gemini, right? We're gonna get straight to the point. So you can see my letter
Shit.
was short and sweet, but we can be a bit chatty, but we have to have that established relationship with you. I don't know. I guess I just keeping it short and sweet with Jamie for whatever reason. I think that's how a lot of my letters were, though. I mean, short and
You
sweet.
straight gypped her on a letter. She got fucking a quarter of a letter. That shit wasn't even half a letter.
I mean, there may not have been too much to talk about. I don't think I like to fill my letters with fluff. So that's one. Number two, how the fuck did I get this letter in my possession? I mean, I wrote it to Jamie, and for whatever reason, I have it. And there's a few letters like that where I write somebody and then I actually have it in my possession. Like, what the fuck was happening? Why do I have these
I
letters?
don't know. That is a very fucking strange thing. Because either you wrote that shit and didn't give it to them, which is even worse because you took the fucking time to write it out,
Right.
or you gave it to them and somehow managed to get that shit back. And my question is, what the fuck was that conversation like?
Right. Like, yo, I'm gonna need that letter back that I just gave you 2 periods ago.
I'm gonna
Like,
need that back. I'm gonna need that back.
yeah, like I don't know. It's funny and it's strange at the same time.
It really is. But what had me dying is the fact that you asked her about the dance twice.
Oh,
Are
did
you
I?
going to the dance? Are you coming to the dance this time? I
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I guess it was important to know, the dance. The
But you know
dance.
what's funny? I don't even remember Jamie at any of the dances. Like I cannot picture her there at all.
You know
Like,
what? Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, no. I just don't remember her at any dances. Even when you was talking about who's taking us to see Sunset Park, Jamie chilling with us like that outside of school. Like she was mad cool. Me and her have been friends since kindergarten, but I just don't remember her chilling with us like that in middle school, outside of school.
You know what? I think you're right. Because remember, her parents were mad strict, yo.
They were. They
Like,
were.
honestly, I remember like a lot of the time she couldn't go places with us, but we could go to her house. Like her
Mm-hmm.
parents were fine with us coming over
That
there.
big ass house.
Yes, but as far as her coming out with us, it would be like every once in the blue moon.
Yeah. Yeah. Ugh, that's
Yeah.
interesting. That was funny. And
Yes.
then I was crying when you was asking her about her report card. Like that shit must have not been a private thing at that time because accidentally about the
Right.
report card. And then the way you said my lowest grade was a D, like you was fucking proud of that shit, yo. I was crying.
Yo, like I I'm actually a little embarrassed about that D. I'm not even gonna front. But you know what? When I'm thinking about it, like if I think back, it had to be when I had wood shop, yo. And I hated that fucking class, yo. I hated
Yeah.
that fucking class. Now, if I was better at math, I could have smoked that shit. But because my math wasn't so great, you gotta be, good with the math and the measuring
You'd
and the
be good with
cutting.
geometry.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Also, that class was filled with a bunch of boys. I remember being like the
It was
only
me, you,
girl. You were
it was me, you, and
there
yes,
in
because
wood
nigga, I got a
shop?
yes, I got a C minus, my nigga. Remember
What?
we made the fucking bunny?
Yeah.
Do you remember the bunny? The bunny rabbit we had to make?
Wait.
But you know what's so fucking crazy? Not to go off topic, but when you think about it, we was fucking lucky. Like I almost wish that we really paid more attention and put more effort into that class. But I hated that shit too. Like we didn't want that shit. I think
Oh,
we got stuck with it.
yo, I can't like are you sure we all was in that class?
Yes.
Because honestly, I remember I felt so uncomfortable in that class a few times.
Yes.
I would just go to the bathroom, like go in a stall and wait until that shit was over, yo, because I dreaded going to that class. I hated it with all my passion. I can't
Me
tell you
too.
how much I hated
And the
it.
teacher was an asshole.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like the teacher, he was like kind of like a grungy hippie type of
Yes.
guy. And even though he
Mm-hmm.
was like really into like building and wood shop, he just was kind of missing that softer side. You know what I mean?
The warm and fuzzy of being a
Yeah.
teacher.
Like I
Because
don't
you're still a teacher, my nigga. And we're in middle school.
exactly like I don't I'm not getting how to make this dinosaur. Can you sit down and help me with this?
I wish you could remember what Caramel Sunday got on her grade. Because I remember getting a fucking C minus. Like, that shit was hard, but I will never forget the bunny. There was a bunny and something else we made. But I think that was the only class that all three of us could get into together, which is probably why we fucking did it.
For real?
But, uh-huh. Yeah.
Caramel Sunday probably got an A. You know her
Right.
smart, studious ass.
That bitch fucking aced everything. Like she fucking aced everything.
She did.
You remember how my mom worked at that place in Edison and she
Mm-hmm.
had all those work people? You know what they used to call Caramel Sunday?
What?
Because remember when Caramel Sunday had the fucking the gun nose ring?
Yes. Yes.
One time she came up to my mom's job with me.
Right.
They used to call her straight A gangster bitch.
Shut. Wait. Straight A gangsta?
straight A gangster bitch.
What? No, they
Yeah,
didn't.
yes, they did.
No, they did not.
Because she was so fucking.
I'm done.
But baby, she'll out test your ass.
She will.
She was super fucking smart.
Yo, that is hilarious.
Yeah, and I don't know how we got to this, but
Right.
the fuck was we talking about?
We were talking about, how Jamie wasn't really allowed outside, and then we kind of got into how I got the D, where I thought I got the D from, and I said
Oh yeah,
wood shop.
one shot.
Yeah, I think it was in wood shop. I really despised that class.
Yeah, but that's what I wanted to say. Looking back, like now,
Mm-hmm.
at being older, I wish I like had that skill for real because it's just something. It's a skill,
Yeah,
a tangible skill that you could make stuff out of. And then we even had fucking remember from Matt with
right.
that fucking teacher that we needed. I don't
Yeah.
remember her name, yo. Oh, I can stand her.
Yes, I remember home ec. And the thing about that class was I didn't understand why were we making everything in the fucking microwave? Like I never understood that part of it. I was like, remember when it was like Thanksgiving and that bitch really put a turkey in the fucking microwave? Like,
No, I remember she was putting mad shit in the microwave, but not fucking turkey, my nigga.
yeah.
Stop it.
Like, what is this? Like, this is not real home ec. Come on. Like,
Remember for our final project, we had to make like me and you made spaghetti sauce. You remember that shit?
we
Was it
did.
wait? Was it just spaghetti sauce, or did we make like lasagna or whatever? I don't know, but our sauce was mad salty,
It
and we
was.
couldn't figure it out. But there was some fucking. Remember these Italian dudes in there? Remember the nigga Joe that
Yes.
lived in Summerfield? He was
Yeah.
like, "I know my grandma always put sugar in my sauce. We put it in, and it was good. It made it work." And from
Wow.
that day on, I always put sugar in my fucking sauce.
Really?
But is that like a cardinal rule number uno not to do as an Italian?
My grandmother was Italian, like straight from Italy. Shout out to Naples. I mean, my grandmother was Italian, and
Did they put sugar in it?
my mama never taught me to put no damn sugar in the motherfucking tomato sauce. I mean, I know why people do it is to like
The
tone down
acid.
the acidity, but that's not
Yeah.
something my mama ever taught me. So, hey, I guess every household has their, different ways of making tomatoes.
Yes. Yeah. I suppose so. I suppose so.
Hmm,
Yeah. I don't know. We just had some good shit classes
we
in middle
did.
school.
And kind of to like kind of piggyback off of that, I was remembering like going back to seventh and eighth grade and how we had the dances and all of that. We also had like, we had cheerleading, we had track and field, we had field trips.
Yes.
But I know people are probably like, well, that's normal. But no, not every school
Not
had these
anymore.
type of activities and the dances. Like we were always like busy and occupied and like we were always doing
Yeah.
stuff. So I do have to say shout out to our middle school because the dances, I don't think they were like every Friday, but they had to be at least 2 Fridays out of the month. And we were always at these dances.
And the music was good. Like,
Yeah,
who was the DJ? Who
right,
was it? And the shit that we was listening to, like, because if y'all know about Jersey Club, I don't know,
right,
like at 12 and 13 years old,
right.
at school, that's the thing. It was at school. And
Yeah,
some of those club songs, it's just like, I don't know that it was appropriate for middle school looking back, but we
no,
used to be rocking you in
yeah.
there.
Like we was literally at a little like teen club, like you said, the
Yes,
music that they used to play, like that shit was popping, yo.
it
That
really
shit
was.
was
And we was all in there getting it. Men and women,
Yes.
boys and girls. Everybody was dancing.
Yep. Yep, for sure.
Mm-mm. Nah, but this letter was funny. This letter was funny.
Mm.
Like, it was clearly from 96 as well, because you was talking about Sunset Park in there,
Yeah.
which that came out around that time.
Yep.
And I don't know, it's just a reminder of how dope the 90s and 2000s was, because Sunset Park was big because of Fredro. Like, Fredro was huge at that time because with Onyx and Moesha
Yes.
killed it
Yep.
in that movie.
And it's funny because literally the last episode you were talking about Fedro and Moesha, and then we didn't really like see this letter until like we were about to work on the podcast. So seeing
Yes.
that his name is being brought up again,
Yes.
like Fedro and like you said, Onyx, like back in '96, they was doing it big
Clearly. Clearly.
for real.
Uh, if y'all haven't seen Sunset Park, it was a movie about a high school basketball team in Brooklyn and how they navigated life at that time as young black men in the hood. It was really good, and I just feel like we don't even get movies like that anymore. It just seems like the movies nowadays are remakes, or it's an animated movie, or it's one of those weird ass horror movies. Like, it's horror movies aren't even horror movies anymore. They be having like that fucking evil demon type shit. Like that, I'm not watching that.
Right.
I'm not watching that. But I don't know. It's just the movies. Like, there's no originality or storytelling anymore. Like, what was the last original blockbuster movie that came out?
Right. Yeah, don't get me started on these reboots and these remakes. That shit really fucking pisses me. Like I can't tell you how it. Okay, so for instance, right? I can't even tell you guys how many times me and my family watched Coming to America
Hmm.
on VHS, right? I'm telling you
Yeah.
guys, I can't tell you how many times. It was like ridiculous, like always quoting different scenes and shit like that. Movie was a
Yes.
classic banger, okay? Now, all these years later, I think it was in like 2019 when they were talking about they was doing a Coming to America too. What? For what? Who the fuck asked for this? There was no reason
Did
for y'all to get in the motherfucking on set and try to add on to this classic. Like I'm offended anytime that shit comes up because it was like Coming to America 1 was such a fucking
it was so
huge hit.
good.
It was nothing wrong with it. It didn't need a sequel. It didn't need a to be continued. It just ended, okay? Lisa married Akeem and they moved to Zamunda. And that was it. Okay? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think, but that's my point. There's no originality.
Right.
Like, nobody just comes up with a new storyline. Like,
No.
their stories were so good, and then they just built in like everyday black comedy, or just black people in general were just fucking funny, of funny people.
Right.
Um, I don't know. That fucking the part two of that movie was. Did you see that shit?
No. No. I refuse to fucking you talking about Coming to
Listen,
America?
do yourself a favor
No, no.
and never watch it.
The-
No,
I already
and
knew
never watch it.
I already knew from the jump that it was going to be some bullshit.
I tried. It was horrible. Horrible. Was it was not good. Okay. It was not good. It was really, really bad. It was really, really bad. It was bad. Now, here's the thing about remakes,
Right.
because my mother was like you and she refused to watch The Color Purple. But
Mm-hmm.
here's the thing, when you fly, they be having the free flight. They be having free movies.
Right.
So when you on a long flight, now's my chance. So I watched The Color Purple, the new one.
You did? Mm.
The music to me was trash, but it was good. Like the
Okay.
movie, but they did a good job.
Mm.
It still stuck to the same storyline.
Mm-hmm.
Fantasia and Halle Bailey they did a really good job. They
Okay.
really did. Taraji did a really good job. It was a good they did a good job, but the music and I like musicals.
Right.
I'm not one of those people that I love a musical. If the music good, that shit was trash. No,
Mm.
the only good thing is they did keep two of the original songs, maybe three, but two of the original songs.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know. I
So I
don't
guess
know.
sometimes it's a hit or a miss with the remake.
Yeah, it's a hit or a miss, but I still think there's nothing like the time the movies from the 90s and the 2000s.
Mm.
It was just a better time. Shit, look at gas prices.
Right. Yeah. Remember back in the day, you could pull up to the gas station and be like, let me get $10 regular, and that shit would last for a whole week.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
now, bitch. You pull up to the gas station, ask for $10. That shit lasted for 2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. I remember gas. Gas used to be like $1.09. Like I
Yup.
can clearly remember the fucking Amoco
Yes.
signs, Amoco, that
Yes.
said $1.09. And
Right.
now talking about $3 and change. And I feel like every week that shit fluctuates now. This shit
It
is
does.
expensive as fuck.
It is. It is. It's no joke. It's no
Hmm.
joke.
Even the fucking grocery prices, like grocery prices back in the day compared to now, like I don't know, what was it, eggs $1 for
Right.
a dozen?
Right.
Now eggs is like $3 and change, easy for a
Yep.
dozen.
Yep. 4.99. Like, come on. Come on.
It should have just expensive for no reason, and it's like. And I be noticing how they be taken away. Like, if you really pay attention, you'll notice that not only do grocery prices go up, but the quantity that they give you in shit,
Mm-hmm.
it goes down. Like this pack of chicken, we used to get 12. Now we
Mm-hmm.
get 10.
Mm.
Now we get 10. Or like if you notice like just different things, like the packaging be smaller. They
Right.
just be trying to fucking like get over on the American people.
Right.
Corporations, that is, when I say that.
Hell yeah. I be feeling like when I buy spinach, the spinach that comes in like the plastic container that you could use for
Yes.
salads and shit.
Yeah.
And even though I'm storing it correctly, like in the fridge, right? I be feeling like that shit be going bad, mad faster than it's ever gone bad before in my life. Like, I just bought this
Yes.
shit, yo.
I promise you, I don't even fucking buy that shit until I'm using it that day, yo. And I
Right.
love spinach. I
Mm,
can use it in my salad, like make it as a salad, use it in fucking omelet, use
right.
it as this. If I'm not cooking that shit that day, I'm not buying it for that
Right.
exact fucking reason. Broccoli too, like that shit
Yeah.
is annoying.
I, I'm glad to hear that I'm not the only one experienced this shit because literally
Mm.
the other day I was like, I just bought this shit. Why is it already wilting and like wet? You know when spinach gets wet, that's like that
Yes.
smell? Like
Yes.
I
And it's
just
slimy
bought
and
this.
shit.
Yes, I just bought this shit. Why?
Mhm.
What's happening?
Yeah. That shit is trash, my nigga. Um, it just
Mm,
but it's a different era. I mean, obviously the music, we talk about the music a lot
we
on this
do.
podcast, but I just want you to think about how in the 90s and early 2000s how R&B was like that was on the fucking airwaves at all the time,
Hmm.
especially men
Right.
singing R&B, singing love songs, fucking sex songs about women. You
Yes.
don't even fucking hear that shit anymore.
Nope.
Then you wonder why there's fucking gender wars and shit, and then you hear it's a whole thing. But I think it's don't get on me get into my fucking conspiracy theories
Hey, I
about it
mean,
being a
we
whole
got the
bunch.
time. We got the time.
Yeah,
If you want to, I'm listening.
I just feel like shit don't be a coincidence.
Mm,
Like the way y'all be pushing the feminization of men, specifically black men in the media,
mm,
just why aren't we hearing R&B songs?
right,
Why don't men want to profess their love for women? I thought women was that's the honey pot of gold. Like
right. Yeah.
niggas want pussy, so I'm just confused about
Yeah.
why we're no longer singing for women.
Mm. Talk about it. Talk about
That's why you don't even feel like these men aren't thriving anymore in the music space. Like
it. Mm-hmm.
Tyrese, Chris Brown. Like I know Chris Brown be putting out stuff, but he's not thriving like he
Mm.
was
Right, right,
in the 2000s.
right.
Usher's not thriving. Yes, he had the Super Bowl, but like we're talking about
Yeah,
records.
yeah,
We're talking about hits. That's not happening.
yeah.
Neo,
Mm-hmm.
that's not happening. Like
Right,
Jodeci,
right.
Bill, like how many fucking men R&B groups? John B.
Mm.
How
Yeah,
many fucking men were singing R&B? I'm not there's mad people I'm not even naming.
right. Can't forget about our favorites, Boys to Men.
Boys to men. Boys to men.
Right. Yeah, I feel you on that. I feel you.
I don't know, it's crazy, man.
It is crazy.
Again, going back to like the feminization of men, I mean, like, is that all a part of it? And let me be very clear. I don't have no problem with how people live their life,
Mm-hmm.
but it just seems like an abundance. Like, if you're a straight man,
Mm-hmm.
why are you wearing nail polish?
Right.
If you are a straight man, why are you carrying a purse? Like,
Mm.
where the fuck is the wallet?
No, I don't mean to laugh, but I could just get a visualization of what you're talking about.
Like, back in the 90s and 2000s, niggas was wearing baggy jeans
Yeah.
or even just loose jeans.
Yes.
Skinny jeans now?
Yo, don't get me started. Don't get me
How are your balls breathing?
right. Why are
Why
your
can't I
jeans
see?
tighter than mine? Why?
Right. How are you breathing? Why can people see your print in jeans?
Mm. Are they comfortable to y'all? Like, honestly, like, because I know when I
Yeah,
put on my skinny jeans, I can't wait to fucking take them shits off when I get
immediately.
home.
Immediately. Like, as soon as I'm walking through the threshold, I'm taking off these skinny ass fucking jeans because I don't want that on my legs, on my
Right,
body anymore.
right. And the part on the ankle be so extra tight. Y'all be like,
And and then when motherfuckers be trying to sag too, what are we doing? You can't
yeah, what is it
like
gonna be?
how are you sagging with skinny jeans? Why are we even sagging in 2024? Now that's one style that should have stayed in the fucking 90s.
I mean,
There's
I understand what you're saying, but if I had to choose between that and the skinny jeans, I'm choosing the baggy, the 42-inch on a 30-inch body. Like, yes, sag the baggy as can be, brother. Come on. Like, any day, I'm choosing that. But
I
you remember
agree.
back in the 90s when sagging and baggy jeans, it was more of the sagging. Remember the sagging was such a huge thing and
Oh yeah.
congressmen and people was
Pull up
talking
your
about that
pants.
shit. Right.
Yeah. That originated in jail.
Right.
Put a belt on. Sometimes niggas had belts on and was still sagging, which
They
was
really
interesting.
did. They really did.
Yeah. It was a funny time.
Yeah.
But to your point, I'd rather that time too.
Yeah.
Niggas wearing Timbs and Wallabies. Now niggas is wearing skinny jeans and bonnets and
Yeah.
purses. I'm not even talking about females wearing bonnets out, which that's we never gonna go there. But the men wearing bonnets,
Wow.
no. Listen, if we as females stop wearing baggy jeans, because we was wearing baggy jeans in the 90s and
Hmm.
early 2000s too,
Hell
okay?
yeah.
We was
Yep.
up north in the Northeast, we was wearing wife beaters, okay?
Yes.
Like that was real for us. So I get it. We wasn't supposed to be wearing that, but
Mm.
we've learned. And so I don't understand why in 2024 men are wearing bonnets.
Yeah.
Bonnets are typically for black women wear at night to protect their hairstyle and
Mm.
their hair.
Hmm.
Why are men wearing bonnets and why are they wearing them outside? Why are they wearing them online in videos?
That's a good motherfucking question, y'all. Men, why are y'all wearing bonnets? Can y'all drop a comment like maybe you need to educate us? Is something we don't know? Like what's happening?
Right. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, again, the 90s, 2000s, just a good time. It's a
Mm-hmm.
different era here.
It
It's a
is.
different era.
It is. Yep.
So we want to know what's something that you guys missed from the 90s or early 2000s that you no longer see or hear or experience in 2024. We want to know. Drop that in the comments. And until next time.
Peace, guys.